She's quite a remarkable character, actually, isn't she? She's very popular, and you yourself really admire her.
Oh, I love her. I wish I was more like her, but she's a bit like me because there's always a bit of us.
In there.
But I like the fact that, I mean, when you were asked to play this, I mean, you have an amazing career on stage, a very fine actress. So you do something like this and think, right, OK, I want to make my mark here, right? This woman has to be something that I want her to be.
Yes.
And what did you ask for? What did she have to be?
Well, I didn't want her to be stereotypical in any way. You know, she was born... She's 2 years older than me. Anyway, she is. So she was born into a Pakistan that was essentially a secular country, and where a lot of people, and I'm using the Indian subcontinent, middle-class people sent their kids to this country. Now it's America, but usually to this country. She's British-educated. She has a first-class degree in English. So I wanted to show this woman who wasn't what a lot of people imagine Muslim or Pakistani women to be. That she has a much more eclectic and open way of life.
She is very open-minded.
And she is accepting of every religion and every colour and every creed. And, for instance, I think that's why she was very open, and we talked about this a lot, but she would be much open to her granddaughter-in-law's realisation that she was in love with a woman.
And you also understand that Coronation Street has a real influence on people's lives.
Absolutely.
And so that there is a responsibility with that. So especially with a story like this, it needs to be handled correctly. So how did those sort of conversations go?
Well, exactly in that way. Because we've tried to show both ends of the possible scale in that Rana's parents really do not approve.
Yeah.
But because Yasmeen was herself ostracised by her parents because she married a man much below her class.
She understands.
She understands what it's like to be told not to do something, and she may well have made the wrong decision at the age of 17, marrying this man and coming to this country and having to work and pay her own university charges. She might... I mean, I think that what she's doing, she loves her grandson hugely, and what she thinks she's doing is giving them a chance to breathe. Everybody, Kate, Rana, Zidan, everybody a chance to breathe in their relationship. And I think that's very important because she was never given that chance to breathe.
Now, we could continue to talk about the storyline, but you are a real petrolhead.
I am a petrolhead.
And you properly wanted to drive that car.
I really wanted to drive that car. You know, when originally we had sort of handbrake turns and all this sort of thing written in, but...
Which all the things you can do.
I'd love to. Slides, things like that.
Bit of drifting.
Bit of drifting.
OK, so if you could rewrite that script then, and you could have been driving, she could have been driving any car to that airport, what car would be your dream car?
Ooh, I don't know. You know, I have a Porsche C4 GTS. I wouldn't mind because I'm very happy with that car. I wouldn't mind, you know, maybe a prancing horse, Ferrari, something like that.
I mean, it'd be unusual on the street, wouldn't it?
You know, but my husband, God rest his whatever. Anyway, he's gone now. But he had a Mercedes, and it used to disappear. Well, we didn't know where. We thought there might be the cobbles went up like that and the Mercedes disappeared.
Yeah, of course.
So maybe Yasmeen still has it. No, anyway.
What I suppose is fascinating for you with Rana's storyline. I mean, there are echoes of your own life here, and times slightly easier now, I think, bearing in mind the current storyline, but than it was perhaps for you.
I think so. I mean, you know, I'm an out gay woman, but at the age of 24, 25, I was in a programme called Angels, which some of you might be old enough to remember.
I remember.
OK. Suggested was that they would make my character gay. And I just wasn't ready. I mean, the world was a different world. I didn't even know how to deal with my own sexuality then. You know, I lived in Chelsea at the time, and I walked down to a club called Gateways, which was the only club, because I'd seen it in Sister George, because Beryl Reid had gone to this, so I knew it was a lesbian club. And I was wearing my best dress. It was Liberty print dress, and they wouldn't let me in because they were a bit suspicious about it.
Really?
And I didn't know quite what to do with it, and I didn't know... It was a different world, and people were put into boxes, and I think it's getting hugely better, but I think it still has a long way to go. I mean, there is a wonderful charity called the Nazmat Foundation that I think Bhavna maybe has talked about, and that was set up by a man who's a partner of 13 years, told his parents that he was gay, and they rejected him, and he then committed suicide. But if anybody's interested, they might like to Google the Nazmat Foundation.
Well, we'll put the details on our website.
So things are still happening, and it's not. I mean, I don't, and I think we shouldn't, and it's not religion specific. It might happen to anybody in any time. Many moons ago, a relationship of mine, whose mother was a psychiatrist, tried to give her shock treatment.
Really?
Wow.
And that's the truth. And so you know, it's something that's happening then, and it's happening now,
and important,
and it's so important. And one of the reasons I'm so proud to be in Corrie is that Corrie deals quite courageously with some very, very important and vital issues, and people learn to live with them. People learn to look at these issues in a different way.